Comeuppance Network.
This is How to Watch TV.
On Comeuppance Network. This is How to Watch TV.
The Walking Dead with Joel and Jeremy. My name's Joel.
This is Jeremy.
Yep. Also.
We are brought to you by Comeuppance Network. You can check us out at check out all our social media sites at thisishowtowatchtv.com. Email us directly or indirectly, Candy Smog. Indirectly at thisishowtowatchtv@gmail.com. And then there is the Twitter.
Hashtag Candy Smog on the Twitter. That's what he's blowing.
That's my
into
Twitter
us.
name is at candysmog.com.
.com.
That's how much I know about Twitter.
At
I put
candysmog.com.
.com. DOTCOM.
Oh, fuck off. I bet you that's available.
Probably is.
Candysmog.com.
Candysmog.com.
Okay, well, we're here to talk
That's
about...
like that would be a good vape brand name.
Candy
like if I made
Smog.
my own vape oil, it would be Candy Smog.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like your wife gifted you with that.
She did, but I don't know how to make vape oil, and I'm not going to try.
Okay, well...
I'm good on that.
What we do know is The Walking Dead. We haven't talked since the premiere of season 7, so we got 3 episodes here.
That's because I'm a lazy fuck. I'll admit it. I just kept forgetting about it.
Episode 2.
Watching it.
Episode 2 was Carol and Morgan.
Yeah, in the kingdom.
In the kingdom. Okay, are they beholden to Negan?
Yes, it seemed like it, because they were trading the pigs. I think that was Negan's
Right.
group, the Saviors.
Okay, so
The
they're of
so
no
no.
help.
Okay, I was having a conversation with someone earlier who's under the understanding that the Saviors are a different group than Negan's group.
No, the Saviors are Negan's
group.
Yes.
So yes, because she was like, this is another group. Well, I don't know. I guess it could not be the Saviors, because right as she was getting ready to say it, Morgan was like, I know who they are. You know,
Right.
they call themselves the... He was like, I know who they are.
Yeah, so that would have been
So
the
I'm pretty sure
Saviors.
they're the Saviors. And they were acting like Negan's group. They're taking their collecting. So what they're doing is they're feeding the pigs
The
zombie
dead.
meat,
Yeah.
and then feeding the pigs to Negan's people,
Yeah.
which he has a vast array of. He has the sheer numbers at this point.
Negan?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of building up to Alexandria, Hilltop,
You know what?
and
I'm-
the kingdom.
As of this moment, I am desperately looking forward to the Negan backstory episode.
There's got to be.
Right?
I want to know what he was beforehand.
Like, remember the one with the governor?
Yeah.
That was such a great episode. It was
Badass
such a breath of fresh air in that season.
Yeah.
That sucked. Like, it just... I don't know why. I was so looking forward to 3.
You were
3.
let down because you had expectations.
Right.
Of
Because I had
certain-
heard of what's his name?
The governor.
The actor. But I'd heard there was a character called the governor, and that they were going to find this prison. So I'm thinking
You
they
thought
were
he was
connected.
going to be like... I think you talked to me about that. That's
Right.
kind of why I half expected there to be a... I was late to the party anyway on The Walking Dead.
Right.
But I didn't get into it till I think it was already season 5 was already airing.
Right.
When I got into it and watched.
And it took you
It
almost
took me
that
till
long.
4 seasons
Yeah.
binge watching it basically to be like, at the 4th season there was a point where I was like, yeah, okay.
Okay, now I want to know
I get
what's
it. I
going.
understand what this show is about now. Right. It was the I think I probably mentioned this before, but it was the episode where Daryl and Beth burned down the moonshine cabin.
Right, yeah, that was
like
great.
that was a really like touching episode. Like Daryl was like going through
Some
some
character
shit.
work,
And
yeah.
like and that's when that was the point where I was like, oh, and maybe it took me that long. I'm sorry. I know other people were probably on that boat before I was,
Right.
but I was just saying like it took me that long to be like, oh, I get what this show is about now.
Right.
And it's awesome.
Yeah.
So at that point
it's
I bought
about
in.
these characters
I'm
surviving.
a huge fan now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, late to the party, but I'm in.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know about... Okay, so the kingdom is no threat. The hilltop is no threat to...
Why would the kingdom not be a threat?
To
Dude's got a
Negan?
tiger.
Yeah, but it's...
I'm kidding. You shoot
But-
a tiger and so
right, but
they have
I mean...
automatic weapons. And a whole lot more of them now.
I mean, that's devastating, man.
Oh, huge.
That loss... I feel like all we're doing, though, is building up to the inevitable.
Well, the thing is like they cleverly showed us all of those guns in a truck.
So that we could see
So
that truck
it's
again
not,
someday?
It's not like I think that they'll stay in that truck, and that's how they'll get their guns back. Is they'll
Right.
steal that truck back
Specifically their truck with their
truck
shit.
with their
yeah.
guns in it. That's why I think they showed us the inside shot of the truck with all the guns lined up, so
Right.
we know that that's their truck full of guns. Unless Negan takes them back and just distributes them all, then that's
Which that would ruin that. I
would
really
ruin that.
think they're getting it
I
back.
think
at some
that's why
point.
they packed them conveniently into one
That's a
truck.
good
So now we
point.
know about the gun truck.
Yep.
You know. Hashtag gun truck.
Hashtag gun truck. That's almost a thing. Like there could be a gun truck.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Whatever.
Dude, wasn't there a gun? Oh, it was the money truck, money train.
Money train. Money train gun truck.
But what was the?
Take a truck to the train.
Was the money train the? What did they call it in?
That was the Shield.
Oh, it was the money train. The
Yeah, it
shield.
was the
Oh,
money
okay,
train-
all
money
right.
train.
That's what I was thinking of. Okay.
I know what this is long term has to be building towards, and I don't think that is Rick's demise at the hands of Negan. I don't think that's where we're long term going.
No.
His acting right now is fucking superb. Andrew
I
Lincoln.
mean, like, dude, like,
I
he's seriously
hate where
at the
they're
top
at.
of his
I hate
game.
it. I hate that he's in that position as a character because it fucking kills me to see that fucking
But
where he was
come on.
watching the video and he saw old, bearded Rick and he's like, I wouldn't fuck with that dude. Like, what a kick in the balls, man.
Yeah.
I don't like where Andrew Lincoln is.
But, and then he points it
he's
at
been
him.
so good.
But you're not that guy anymore. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I like him as an actor, so I think he's kind of nailing the part.
I don't know what the part was supposed to be, like
Well,
as a
we'll read the
comparison
comic
from the
books.
comic.
Right.
So
And you don't get
it's,
that
It's
kind of-
fine. You know what I mean?
But I imagine
like,
somebody from the comic probably had to have had a discussion.
what it feels
with-
to me is
with-
fake. It feels like not
But-
from an acting standpoint,
No.
from a
but-
character standpoint. So
but
it might be even
almost-
better acting.
But see, now,
you don't think
here's
it
where I
feels
start drawing
fake?
these I'm getting ready. Let me finish.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to compare him to King Ezekiel,
Okay.
who's even doing it on a bigger level by acting like the king and the
Yeah.
court and all those things. And he even kind of broke down at the end of that episode and was
Right.
just like, listen, I was an acting major. I worked at a fucking zoo. Basically, like I saved the tiger's life. That's the only reason why the tiger. This is
Yeah.
my charade.
Yeah.
But I do it for them
Right.
because they need somebody to follow. Negan's the same idea, just
Yeah.
on a more brutal level. So
Right.
we're seeing the black and the white of these two leaders.
Okay.
I hope King Ezekiel. Half of me thought that King Ezekiel wasn't going to make it to the end of that episode.
Right.
Like he was going to
like
reach for Carol the
Carol
wrong
would-
way, and she was going to turn around and stick that fucking knife she picked up in his neck.
I don't know if I like.
King Ezekiel.
Yeah.
It's all different. Like like you do just the show's changed. It's a different show now for these 8 episodes. You got to understand that.
I
So
get
yeah,
it.
they're introducing new characters. I like King Ezekiel.
Yeah?
I even liked him better at the end. I liked him when they first met him. I liked him right away.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I liked him in the fucking preview we saw with the title. I
Okay.
thought he was cool. So I
No, that
went
makes
into
sense,
it.
I guess,
And then
yeah.
when I realized what he was doing, like with the whole the king thing and the king's court and all the people following him around, like, and I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of fun, like he's just kind of making
the best of it.
the best of it.
So,
Like,
but
and he even said that at the end. Like I do it. I help people. I do it because it makes me feel good. It's the only thing we have left. I mean, really, this is it. Everything else out there is bad. I'm
But I mean-
trying to put a little bit of good in the world.
I'm trying to
but
wrap my brain around Negan's reach. Like I want to know how far of an area he controls at this point. Because what do they have to do to get outside of his reach? How many of these
Well,
communities are in there?
And see,
Because he's saying making the best of it, but like that's.
I think they're going to be able to turn people against him.
But who? Like the Hilltop or like
Even the Hilltop,
Kingdom?
even his own people. The one dude that
But who's
Dwight,
gonna take
that
over?
Dwight.
You think Dwight's going to take over?
No. That was not an answer to your question.
Oh, sorry.
You're just asking me questions as I'm trying to make a different statement.
Gotcha.
The guy that Dwight killed on the road, that he went out, the runaway, he ran out to go get him and bring him back,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
and ended up shooting him.
Yeah.
But that guy almost was like this close to having him talked into. Like it's all of us, just one of him.
Yeah.
Why do we live like this?
Right. Yeah.
Like why? Like,
Well, yeah, that seems.
I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
what are the consequences right there, like you said, if Rick just beats Negan to death with the fucking bat? As he's got his back turned to him on so many different occasions.
Yeah, like.
And a couple of different occasions, they were, like, basically alone.
Right.
To where if he just comes out with Negan's fucking head in his fucking hand,
Right.
like, I'm the new fucking man in charge, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I got fucking Lucille now. This is all my, basically takes Negan's place at that point.
It's absolutely going to happen.
You think that's it? You think that's the
I
end
think
game?
that is the end game for Negan. It has to be the rebirth of Rick, because the way he is right
Well,
now
yes.
is fucking pathetic.
Yeah.
And but I understand why he's doing what he's doing. He doesn't want to die. He
doesn't want his son to get killed.
Right,
He doesn't
he-
want
he
anything
doesn't
to
want-
have horrible happen to
He doesn't
his,
want Shane's daughter to get killed.
Yeah. Was that a big revelation, or did everybody already know that?
People had speculated it, but this was the first absolute confirmation of
he
that.
knew- Okay.
Because, like, I
So
never.
Shane actually lives on a little bit in
Right.
the world, so that's kind of cool.
But I didn't even.
But think about what he was saying. I want to be here to raise her and teach her how to
Yeah.
survive. Do you think we get to see that?
Long term?
Yeah. I mean, like you said, the show
Maybe
could
in
go
a
on
flash
forever. Like,
forward, but I don't think we're going to see it in real time. I don't think Andrew Lincoln's going to be playing this character for 30 years.
well, no, I'm talking about her being like 10 or 12.
But that's still 10
Yeah,
or
okay,
12
so it would
years
have to
from
be a
now.
flash forward. And there is no structure to this show that
But
says they can't do that.
There is.
What?
If they fucking do that, then you know he's still alive, and there's no threat to Rick for the next however many seasons. It's like Better Call Saul. You know he's not going to die. He has
I
to
get
make
it.
it to
I
fucking
get
Breaking
it.
Bad.
And dude, like, I think that's part of the fun of this show
Is not
is
knowing.
the fact that at any moment.
Right, and
How do you like Daryl's episode? I thought and Daryl has, I mean, I don't know if he said but one word in the entire episode.
you know why he's doing that, right, Daryl? He feels like he deserves it because of Glenn.
Yes.
Like he's just letting it all be
Right.
shit on him, and he's not
But-
going to do anything to get out of it.
when Negan was like, screw it, and went to
Oh,
fucking...
not a flinch.
Not even a little bit. I thought it was
Unbelievably badass.
fucking awesome,
Yeah.
dude. Like, that was so cool. That, maybe small, however small it may be,
That chipped
chink
away at Negan. Yep.
chipped away at Negan's arm or just a hair.
Yeah.
So maybe, who knows that maybe it could be Daryl that pulls the
Daryl is going to
take over Negan.
I don't know that Daryl's going to be in that. I mean, it makes
We're
sense.
talking as if Negan's not going to be...
No, I'm saying
Long-term,
at least a season or two.
Yeah.
I don't think they
You don't
brought
think
him
he
in
get
for
bites at
5
the-
episodes.
No, you don't think he bites it at the end of 8 episodes or the end of the season?
No.
The 16 episodes?
I don't think so, because it feels like the way people were talking about it from the comics was like it was this big thing we were building to. So, like, I don't think it's going to be a one and done kind of a deal. I feel like it's going to be something for a little while that has some... It can't just be another governor. It can't be. It has to be different.
He was, a whole season, right?
Right. A season and a half, I guess. Yeah, I mean, but it just feels like we keep
Yeah, because
doing this.
the prison after they left the tank battle was the last of the governor.
It's just
And for
something
some
about the
reason,
Negan
like-
character that makes me think they're not bringing this guy in for a very limited run. Like, it feels like he's gonna be on the show for a season or two at least. I don't know.
Well, it said it
I'm happy
didn't
to
say
be
guest
wrong,
starring.
but-
It
No.
said and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Right.
So yeah, like he's a part of the show now, which
Yeah.
is cool. I like the villain. I really do. He's charismatic, like we've said before.
Oh,
His-
Dwight. I think Dwight is going to fucking be the. I think he's going to end up being a hero.
Oh God, I hate that guy.
But that's why.
I get it, but I hate
He's
that
going to
guy.
He's going to end up realizing that he just wanted to be like Daryl, and that's why he was so shitty to him. And he's going to realize that Daryl was always what he wanted to be, let alone that Daryl's doing the you know what I mean, that he ends up respecting him for taking all the shit that he's taking and blah blah blah. Like, he's going to begrudgingly become, I mean, maybe even not begrudgingly, he's just going to end up becoming a good guy that we're going to sympathize with eventually. I'm calling it now.
I hope he gets a brutal death.
But Daryl could still kill him.
I know, but I'm just telling you. I hope, from my perspective,
At this point.
yeah. I know. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, fuck him.
I still fuck him.
And
Did
what happened
he
to his
shoot?
face?
What's her name in the neck? Did he shoot Denise in the neck?
Oh, was that him with the bow and
Pretty
arrow?
sure he's the one who had the crossbow.
Oh
at
yeah,
that
the
point.
crossbow. That's right. Yeah, possibly.
And the sandwich that he made in the beginning
Yeah,
looked pretty good.
it looked good.
It looked good.
I don't
Not
like
the
that.
dog food sandwich, the one that he made for himself.
No, I know, but I don't like mustard, so I was turned off immediately.
Oh, see, I like mustard.
yeah. Okay.
And the fresh lettuce and tomato, like
Yeah.
he was going around gathering it all, like a little egg.
I don't
egg
know, man.
sandwich.
Episodes
Pretty
2
good.
and 3 were not great. They were just kind of like there.
I liked.
I mean, I liked
don't know, but I
parts of
liked
it, and
the,
it was
the-
it was.
I don't know, like you
know
said,
what?
I did even kind of say to you earlier, yawn a little bit, but it is kind of yawn, but it's still good stuff.
It
but
is
it's just
good
kind of
stuff,
yawn.
but it just didn't
It's-
have any action, and it felt
very
inherently
limited,
slower. But it was
right,
fine.
and it wasn't a. But we're going to come to some more points where it's that gut wrenching, nail biting.
I mean, 4 was that for me. The way that Rick was belittled in front of the people that still respected him, as in the people that weren't at the circle, or
Yes.
the lineup. Mm-hmm. The way that what's his fucking name? The dude that had the
I
guns.
think what's his name is Shane.
No, the dude that had the 2 guns.
Shane.
Why are you saying Shane?
The,
Shane from season 1?
no, it starts with an S, doesn't it?
I don't. I thought
Spencer.
It was, there you go.
Sorry,
That's what I
Spencer.
was trying to
Shane,
get to.
come on. Spencer had the guns. I think he's getting his head beat in. He smarted off.
But the way he went from respecting Rick to genuinely calling Rick out in a good way, like I think the way he said that to Rick was totally what needed to be said to Rick, and Rick reacted like Negan.
Well, I'll break your jaw. And,
Yeah,
and knock your
he
teeth out.
didn't even turn and look at him. Like
Right.
he is still that guy inside, the good guy cop hero.
Yeah.
But Rick is going to have to become such a villain
to beat Negan.
to beat Negan that he's going to become almost like. Did you ever hear the theory that Walter White took on the characteristics of people that he killed?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's sort of happening here
To
too.
Rick. So Tuco, like he took on like the craziness.
Somebody always
I don't
cut
want to
their
talk about Breaking Bad.
somebody always cut their sandwich, their crust off. So he
Yeah.
would start cutting the crust off of the sandwich after
Yeah.
that to remember Crazy 8. You know what I mean? Like things
Yeah.
like that. So I feel like that's happening with Rick. Where he's taking on each person that he ends up taking over from. He takes on little bits of them, like the way that they were hacking and slashing after Terminus. Like he
Yeah.
takes on little bits of each of the people that he has
because
to
they were
defeat.
hacking up people and eating them, so
Right.
he hacked them to pieces,
Right.
without hesitation.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
Like so eventually he's going to take on so many of Negan's characteristics that he's going to be more
Negan than Rick at the end.
right.
The Negan line
And
where he
I
was
think
talking
we'll eventually
about
find out he
Negan-
wasn't the first Negan.
Negan's math. Oh, okay. That's just a title that's been passed on. It
Right.
seems like
That
something
he's
that
the
kind of thing.
Negan
Yeah.
now.
But his math on the guns. It was like, you have a shit ton of guns, or you got a shit ton of guns when you went and murdered my people with your own shit ton of guns, which adds up to a whole crap.
Yeah.
It was great. Like his whole adding up the guns. Was
Again,
like,
I feel like he is an act. I feel like his character is a show as opposed to a real person.
That's the same thing as King Ezekiel. That's what I'm saying. He puts
Right.
on that show for the people, and they follow him because of it. Same thing as Negan, but on the opposite end of brutality.
Okay. So
They're
maybe
parallel
that's why we got
characters.
those. Yeah, because to show... Well, but they're not, because the one is subservient to the other. Negan is still running shit above King Ezekiel. That's why they have to give them
They
payment.
have the... Yes, okay.
So that's what I was trying to figure out as a hierarchy here. So it's Negan,
They
then
have
all
the
these
numbers,
other
but
groups.
if they add up the other groups against Negan, like, who knows?
Do you
Like,
think that's the end game? Is there gonna
well,
be-
yeah.
It's got to be Negan's own. But if everybody's Negan... I don't mean to keep saying Negan.
Yeah, that was a cool scene, too. Who are you? Negan. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, right. And yeah, I mean, I get it. I get his pomp. I guess the
Yeah.
overproduction is part of the showing that he's the badass.
That he's a
and
psychopath. And then he'll beat your fucking brains in if you don't do what he says. But, again, 10 guys just say, all right, we're taking him out.
right.
And they fucking jump him and kill him. Just
Yeah.
walk up to him at the same time. All he's got is a bat.
So he must
See,
have
walk
them
up-
scared in some other way.
Right.
Like he must have like their family somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like how can he?
Well, how does he, besides putting on these big public displays like this, which is what he does, because he
Right.
goes to each place, one person gets killed no matter what. That's
Right.
not negotiable, you know? Like, so like he puts on these big public displays of violence. I guess that's a good way to scare people. I've made this comparison to like Assassin's Creed. Like, the game Assassin's Creed, like I'm playing and I got like 14 guys around me and all I have is like a sword and this knife that comes out of my wrist, you know? I was like, well, why don't they just all jump on him at the same time, like a dog pile, and just start stabbing him? Well, it's like 3 guys come at me and I murder those dudes. The next 3 guys are like, okay. Like, that was Joe, Bob, and Willie.
Yeah, they're
and they
dead
just
now.
got murked.
Yeah.
So now I got to be real careful about. So, you know, it's like that kind of thing. Like, everybody's watching around and they just watched them beat somebody's fucking brains in. Are they going to fucking take him out? You know
I mean,
like, but like the same thing, how come the same thing doesn't go for Rick of him like gripping the bat towards the end and just fucking just what? You know?
because everybody else there had their finger on the, you know what I mean? Essentially,
Yeah,
finger on the trigger. That's the only
essentially,
reason
but
he wouldn't.
The only reason that
Unless
they're there
he's-
is because they're scared of Negan.
But unless-
so if they watch him get his brains beat in, don't you think he can be like, "Oh, thanks, Rick, we're fucking free, holy shit."
Yeah.
And then Rick's like, "No, you're not fucking free. This
Right.
is fucking my world
Again,
now."
it's gonna turn Rick
Yeah.
into a bigger,
Monster.
something that seems like a monster. You know
But
what I
it
mean?
but it's always had to be that way.
And then Carl's gonna end up having to kill him for the good of everybody else because he's gonna have lost it. And then
With
Carl
that,
will
you
take
get- you-
over,
you
but
get
Carl will become slightly more evil at that point. I mean, not evil,
and
but
then it's
you
just
know.
Judith has to kill him then. And then next
Oh,
thing you know,
God, then Shane?
we're in season 20.
I mean, 20, she'd be 12. Yeah.
Right, so she has to kill him, you know. She's what's her face's age at that point?
Who's what? Enid.
Yeah. What is she, 13?
Yeah, maybe. I guess I didn't even think Carl's still that young.
Carl's still, what, 13 years old, something like that?
right.
So, I mean, I get Judith's a baby, but
I don't mind all of the bad because I know that eventually it's going to lead to something good. I can't imagine they're doing this and then like 5 seasons from now Negan's still in charge and Rick's like nothing. And you know what I mean? Like it can't carry on for that
it can't
long.
carry on for that long. That's why I don't know if I see it carrying on for more than a season.
I mean, I would
hope-
like to
I
be
hope not.
wrong, but I
Right.
felt like people were super stoked about Negan coming along in from the comic to the show.
Right.
And I don't know that they would be that excited just for, I mean, I guess they were excited for the governor too, and they would know that how his storyline ended. So maybe it's just, we really liked that Negan character when he was there.
And he was just a bigger bad than the governor, basically.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I mean, Rick's got to take over, ain't it? Isn't that the
I think that's the way it goes. I think that's like Rick eventually gets that. The next time fucking Negan gives him that bat to hold for him and make him carry it around and shit. It's just, oh man, what a fucking statement.
How do you think Michonne felt about Rick at that moment? Do you think she was looking down on him?
Maybe a little bit. Maybe. That the fact that we've been fighting, we got everything we have from fighting, and we're not going to fight these guys? Like, they did show up with a lot of people, man, but it seems like they could have taken on that group.
Yeah.
Just that he didn't bring everybody with him, but
Right,
who knows that
when
he didn't
they had the
have
guns,
Who
though.
knows that that's what I'm saying. Like as they showed up, they could have taken him on, but who knows how many other people? If he had a fucking tank on the outside ready to fucking drive
Rick
through the
had
wall,
just fucking come back with a "we're gonna kill these motherfuckers" attitude.
right,
It's possible they could have killed a lot of them before they knew what hit them.
right. Set some traps.
But
and
I mean,
shit.
like, so then Daryl's dead.
well, that's the reason why. That's why.
Right.
It's
So
'cause
he
Daryl's-
has somebody. That's why these other
That's
people
why they
are
took
fucking
Daryl.
loyal to him too, I bet. I bet you he's
Well,
got
that's why he's got a
somebody.
whole prison, basically. Prison, but he's got everybody locked
Yeah.
up in rooms. There's a bunch of people down there, I bet. Because he's got the people in the sweatsuits that are working on the fence, like he
Right.
says, like putting zombies out and chaining them up. So that's his compound. Then that's how he like keeps
Yeah.
it safe. Chained up zombies surrounding it. It looks like a big concrete like apartment complex too. It's like something that's like super, like not easy to like
Yeah.
Penetrate.
I want to see the scope of that.
Yeah,
I'd
his
like to see
compound,
that, yeah.
Negan's compound. Yeah,
I don't necessarily want Rick and them to go into a compound and take that over, but I guess that would be the long-term goal for that.
well, if Rick's taking over Negan's controlling Negan, he needs. If Rick's taking over Negan, he needs to kill Negan in front of everybody.
Right. In a way that... But, I mean, how does he gain the Rickness back that he needs? Because he is decidedly not the same guy as the fucking bearded Rick.
Maybe we'll see by the end of the season. Maybe he has
He
kind of
got
a bigger
soft,
beard.
man. He got soft living in the community. Although they still hacked up all those zombies. I mean, all those walkers in that one scene.
Mm-hmm.
He got soft living there. From who they were when they were, like... dying of dehydration walking down the road, and then it started raining.
Right.
They were at bottom there, you thought.
Yeah.
And now this is so much worse than that.
Right.
I want them to be okay in watching it.
I mean,
and
it's just
they're
like
not
it's just
at
like
the
you just have
moment.
to. When you're watching, they're never going to be safe. There's never going to be any safe in this show.
Is Morgan even remotely interesting to you at this point?
Not really.
How did they take such an amazing character, somebody that I was so interested in to start, like where he was at the beginning of the series, to I didn't really like Crazy Town Morgan.
Right.
It was just like, oh, come on, where's the guy we knew? But I guess it's showing how much he's evolved. Just pacifist hippie Morgan.
Yeah,
I
not
know
really.
he's evolving out of that too, but still, man, it's just... I wish he was more interesting.
Right.
Carol is good, but like that whole The Kingdom thing was just like, how did they get there? Did we see that split happen? How did they end up at the Kingdom?
I forget what it was. Morgan was following Carol, and he like saw her
So
kill
Carol
those
went out on
guys.
her
She went on
own?
her own. Remember, she killed the guys in the truck.
Oh, on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably Negan's men.
Right.
And then she got shot, and she was like passing out, and Morgan found her.
Oh,
and then the
okay.
guy on the horse found him.
Okay. So they got led back there.
Right.
But,
And they ride horses. Like fucking Knights of the Round Table and shit,
Right.
and they carry spears and like they're spearing fucking. I like how they made that little fight scene look like a medieval fight scene. Like they showed some of the
yeah.
people riding horses and jousting through things, and then they would flash them to like real people. I thought that was a really cool scene.
Man, I don't understand why everybody... I mean, I get it because it wouldn't be a fun show, but I don't see why everybody can't just do their own thing. Like, why they have to fuck with the other societies.
Yeah, because it.
Or just, like, have trade and, you know what I mean? Like, make a fucking country out of it. Like, seriously? I mean, I get why it's so divided, but... I want to see more places. I want to see a bigger scope on this show. It's always so tight.
Well, that's
that you
because we're
don't-
following Rick. Yeah, that's what the other shows are for.
I
That's
guess.
what Fear of the Walking Dead is for.
Yeah.
That's what whatever other subservient show they come out with is going to be
I
for.
think this will go on for as long as they want
And
it
they'll
to.
do other ones. They'll,
Yeah. It's probably a spin-off from the main one.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a spin-off
A
from
literal
the main show?
spin-off. Like a character will go off on their own or something.
Daryl versus The Walking Dead.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at.
Okay, well, we'll be back in a few weeks probably to talk about more Walking Dead. Maybe if we'll see how the next episode is. If the next episode is like A, watched by him in a reasonable time frame, and B, something that we want to discuss right away, or there's something to discuss, we'll be back to talk about it. Tell us your
I
thoughts
feel
on
like
stuff.
the other two episodes, like it was okay to do it like this because
Right, because
we
they
talked
were
through
kind of-
all three episodes pretty much,
That
and we
I
touched
really
on all
like
three
that
episodes.
song, the
Which
Daryl
one?
song, the Candy Shop or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, it grows on you. I like the beat after a while. Like, it had to get to the point where he liked it and then hated it and then liked it and then,
and then you had the
yeah, just murder
Murder
people
himself, yeah.
every time he heard it.
right.
Somebody edited it in to them driving away with Daryl in the back of the thing. Like, they got into the car and started it up and at the end of that last
Yeah.
episode, and they put the music in. It's like you hear it from Daryl's point of view when
Yeah.
he's looking out at Rick, and then Rick like says something and it just pulls away and you hear the music softly. Good stuff.
How about that ugly shirt that Rick was wearing?
Yeah,
Like
it's
the bright blue shirt.
It's a
It was
different look.
I think they were doing that on purpose though. It was
Yeah.
just like a different feel for Rick because of it was the more like subservient Rick. The blue shirt on. Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's almost like yeah, it's a different palette. They do that. They're doing that. They're fucking changing everything, and I love the show still. It's still interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to more. We'll probably be back in a few. You know, we'll see.
We'll see what
Depends how
happens.
good it is.
Alrighty. Be back next
This
week.
is how to watch TV.
See you later.
All these memories in my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind, my mind. I'm still a secret lemonade drinker.